Hello and welcome back to my update diaries. Last time we went over 1.2 and the last time we have to stare at only the grid blocks, so that brings us to 1.3. This update is by far the biggest so far. First off, new gameplay mechanic, we get the blue orb along with the new block types. Finally, I've been staring at the Stereo Madness blocks for the past 3 days, we get some variety. We also finally got the invention of the star system, meaning that the quantity of levels should increase by a lot. Let's get started with the levels. This is my update diary for 1.3. Now, we've gone from 13 levels in 1.0 to 26 levels in 1.1 to 78 levels in 1.2. I'd like for you to give your best guess as to how many levels are in 1.3. You got your answer? It's 246. And I already thought 1.2 had a bit too many levels to be enjoyable. We are so far past the point of these updates having at least a significant percentage of it occupied by good creators. It's insane. Around 70% of this update is purely random green users' table scraps. And while yes, those levels did exist in 1.2, there weren't this many of them. This update is just a test of willpower and patience because most of it is so mind-numbingly boring. Between each good level, you have to play at least 7 green user levels that have absolutely nothing to say about themselves and that you forget the second that you beat them. I do not remember a vast majority of the levels in this update. Do you expect me to remember what happens in EG1208? The demons over tripled themselves, and while a lot of them are like the boring non-demons, at least their gameplay makes you think. Playing this update is one of the most brain-dead things you can do in GD. There are just so many boring green user levels to sit through, and none of them make you use your brain. They don't even have the decency to use the new blocks. The X-Step platforms barely appear. Only the good creators actually bother to use them. Speaking of the creators, the new ones we do get in this update kinda suck. Granted, we have the old ones still, but that doesn't mean much when the level quantity is more than tripled. Darnock made 7 levels here, none of his appearances go unappreciated. Trust me, after playing so much green user sludge, Darnock levels seem like masterpieces. He also knew how to use the new blocks properly so you get some visual diversity. Neptune's still at it making V2s and he gets all the way up to Time Machine in this update. Rebetical and Partition get 3 levels each, of which Time Road is by far the highlight, genuinely one of the best levels in the update. Time Road is awesome. Jax has no 1.3 levels, surprisingly enough. Supermoon and Spawn return with 4 respectively 2 levels. Of these 6, the only worthwhile one is Offline by Spawn purely because it's a demon. Max Forces 3 also made 4 levels, none of which go above 4 stars and none of which are memorable. Before we start with the new creators, we have somebody who I missed talking about in 1.2. Yanhasu made their first level Blue Legend in 1.2. I didn't talk about it because it was a generic first level and it fits in with the rest of 1.2. Here they have 6 entire levels and they're high enough quality to whereas they count as a highlight of the update. Now on to the new creators. We'll start with the good ones. Back's only rate is Bicycle, but damn it if it isn't one of my favorite levels of the update. Probably my favorite demon. It's just really unique and cool. Mixroid is another new creator. The VO1 guy with the map back level has 3 rates in here, and he's one of the only good new creators with more than 1 rate. Tunar98 also has 2 rates here, one of which is an auto. This is the same guy that would go on to make Last Hope in 2.0. PissMC also has 1 rated medium demon here. I'm only including him because I like his later levels. Hell in Heaven is whatever. Vlak has 2 rates here, one of which is Black Off, which is one of the best levels here, so I like him. Finally, on the good new creators list, we have Lunar Simg. Only 1 level here, Sim Factorial 1, but it's good, and Lunar Simg is one of the absolute best old creators, so I have to mention him. Now time for some mediocre ones. Demon Best GG is one of the stupidest usernames I've ever seen. His 3 rates, however, are also quite good. Orla001 seems like the type of guy that I would have made a creator review on. His 4 rates are fine, but they're complete sludge. I recall their gameplay being more fun than the rest of the sludge creators, so good job. X-Step has 1 rate here, but his later levels are so goddamn odd that I'm putting him here. Bikid1442 has 1 rate as well. The Thorn is fine, so he gets saved from shit tier. Roadboast gets his debut here, and I just cannot stand his gameplay. I'm sorry. Let's Go Korea is fine. Finally, for the mediocre tier, we have 99 Geometry Dash. This guy's levels are all in one ear and out the other, and it doesn't help that he has 10 rates in this godforsaken update. Alright, now time for the especially bad creators that I really dislike. First off, Blaze JCY, the Corrupted Kingdom guy. Oh my god, this man's gameplay is so ungodly ass. I hate it so much. He only has 4 rates here, but they all suck ass, and his later levels are not any better. Every time I saw this guy on the fucking level list, I just sighed. And for the final noteworthy creator of 1.3, we have Zelink. Zellink might as well be the worst creator of all time. There is not a single Zellink level that is good. He has 5 rates here, and they're some of his best levels because he only gets worse with time, and the levels he has in this update are not too good to begin with. Alright, that's enough complaining. 1.3 sucks ass. Would I recommend doing this? Fuck no. Most of it is random green user garbage that demands no thoughts and is completely forgotten the second you beat the level, and you're not safe from the shit levels while in the sludge. Pixel Cubes Dry Out 2's fucking suck. Happy Flying by Xnail is so fucking dumb. Yoi Did is one of my least favorite levels of all time. The entire update is just sleepy time with the green users until you randomly come across either a good level or the worst gameplay you ever played. If anyone still feels like giving this update a shot after all I said, I'll link the lists with the levels in the description. That's about it. I'll see you in 1.4.